Have you ever felt like your emotions constantly get out of control, making you feel helpless and overwhelmed? You're not the only one. Life's ups and downs can often cause us to react negatively, leading to words and actions we later regret. Imagine finding yourself in an argument with someone you really care about. Suddenly, anger overwhelms you, causing you to say hurtful things you really shouldn't, thereby leaving a permanent scar in the person's heart. There's a burning desire to control your emotions when tempted to lash out, in order to avoid feeling regretful and guilty afterward. But no matter how much you try, nothing seems to be working out. Well, it might interest you to know that the power to control your reactions is a special ability buried within you. To resurrect it, you simply need the skills you'll learn in this video that will give you the strength to handle life's emotional challenges with poise and wisdom. You'll learn how to regulate your emotions and be armed with simple but practical techniques to overcome impulsive reactions. Years ago, I faced a serious financial setback. Life became so boring and critical. It was impossible to laugh. This was a period of anger and frustration. I was so overwhelmed that I constantly lashed out at a girl I was in a relationship with over minor matters. She would always cry and sometimes be scared to talk to me, and she could no longer look me in the eye. One day she could no longer bear it, so she decided to walk out of my life. The intensity of the pain and regrets I felt afterward was a wake-up call, and I knew I needed to control my emotions before it destroys everything I hold dear. That experience led me to realize that it is true I couldn't control everything that happens in my life, but I could control how I responded to them. It's a lesson that has shaped my life ever since. But I made a decision to change, to take back control, and to transform my life for the better. And that's exactly what I want to help you do today. It's impossible to completely destroy anger, but we can control it. So, how can we control our emotions effectively? Let's break it down into simple steps, as we do with any complex concept. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. Can you remember that moment when you lashed out in anger? Can you remember what led to it? Could it be that you were too quick to respond before hearing the full story? Could it be that you responded without taking a few moments to understand what was said, perhaps asking questions? Could it be that you had a rough experience prior to the moment you lashed out in anger? If you could figure out why you are always quick to react negatively, then your problem is halfway solved. Next, practice self-control. The very moment you are tempted to react, exercise self-control first, by taking a deep breath and analyzing the situation properly, before speaking. Do not respond with the first few sentences that come to your mind when you are angry. Just keep quiet. This will give you time to think about a better way to respond, without hurting the other person listening, while still making your points clear. Self-control allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Remember, we always have the power to choose our response. Third, respond with warmth. If you need to communicate your feelings, do so in a calm and assertive manner. Avoid shouting or using an aggressive tone or judgmental remarks. Instead of dwelling on the anger itself, shift your focus to finding a solution or compromise that addresses the issue at hand. Your goal in speaking should be to dissolve the issue and not to prove who is right or wrong. Learn to say, "I am sorry." Experience has shown that this phrase is the fastest way to dissolve a conflict or disagreement. Even if you have every reason to be mad, remember your goal is to control your emotions and not react negatively. If the situation becomes too tense that you know it will be impossible to control your emotions, simply walk away. This journey towards controlling your emotions when tempted to react will be a difficult one. Time and again you will fall. But never give up. Let me know in the comments which of these steps you'd like to practice first. Give us a like if you found this video helpful. Remember to join this small family where we get to improve and become better versions of ourselves by subscribing today. Until I come your way again, stay safe.